What's up guys, it's JJ here, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and also buy the merch, link in the description, and I'll put it on the screen. Thank you very much. So today I've got a very different video for you guys. I know most of the time on this channel I post tricking stuff, however due to COVID and the open gym scenarios, I've not really been able to train tricking that much lately. So this video is kind of an insight into some other types of training that I have been doing. Everything I'm about to show you is kind of based on yesterday's session. Basically, I come from a tricking background. I can do flips and stuff on flat ground, but when it comes to parkour and free running, my skills, they're not bad, but I would just say they're very basic because I don't train it so often. So I myself have wanted to get much better at more free running type of trick. Recently, I made a little list of some wall tricks that I'd like to do, and on that list was get better at regular wall flips and do wall flashes, and also be able to do a wall full or a cork off the wall, waffles. And this video is the process of how I managed to do a wall full within one day. I want to give a quick disclaimer that one, this is not a tutorial. I'm not trying to recommend a method or a way for anyone to learn this move. I'm not a free runner. I come from a tricking background. I can already do a bunch of tricks already, so my aerial awareness is pretty good, my coordination is pretty good. So theoretically, I do already have the skills to be able to do it. It was just getting over that barrier of using the wall. I just thought this would be really cool to show you guys me learning something new and the process of how I did it. And there's some funny bits of me struggling, so hopefully you enjoy them. So the first step that I went through was basically warming up with wall flips. The way I started it was planting with my left foot, stepping towards a wall, and then stepping up with my right foot, just as I would do if I was doing a gainer. So I like to step with my left and swing up with my right. I did some regular wall flips, tried to get a little bit comfortable, because as I said, I'm not really that great at them, although I'm a lot better now. Then I went from doing those to doing like a wall flash kick, and I did a ton of those. I started to feel a lot more comfortable with the setup and the timing, so then I was like, right, let's try and give wall fulls a go. I was just looking for an attempt. I was not looking for the full package. So here's where the problem started to cut in. I'm so scared! I am such a... Basically, I was just too scared to do it. I was standing here for maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe not that long. And every time I went to go for it, I would just not let myself do it. There was like a massive mental block. And honestly, it was the first time in absolute years that I have had such a mental block. So, this leads us on to what happened next. I decided to change my technique. The first way wasn't working. I felt like if I was going to go up for a normal cork and touch my foot off the wall, I was just going to drop and it would ruin my spin. So I went through the similar process again, except this time going on the wall with my left foot, almost as if I was gainering off the wall. So I was still doing the wall flash, but it was almost like just a swing gainer, but instead of being on the floor, it was to the wall. And that felt really weird, but it also made sense in my head. So the next step from there was me trying to force myself to do the same thing but with a spin. And again, it was really difficult. I tried my best to put some mats out. I grabbed these two mats to try and give me a little bit more comfort. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really frustrating that I had this much of a problem trying to do it. The first way I was getting really frustrated, as you guys probably saw, just because I kind of knew that I have the ability to do it. And I just got to the point of, okay, I just had to accept I was gonna slam off the floor, and that was the only way to get over it. My heart was pumping. Oh. Oh. I basically just went for it, put my foot on the wall, tried to cork off and slammed, and it kind of felt how I expected it was going to feel. I knew I was just going to jump straight off that wall really fast. It didn't feel like I was getting any lift. Probably down to my technique, but it is what it is. Somehow I did manage to land it using that process and technique. Don't ask me how. Dude, yes, come on. after I had got to that kind of comfort zone, it didn't really feel comfortable at all. I just mean I could consistently throw myself into it and I was okay. Then I went and decided, let me go back and test the way I first tried it. Stepping into the wall with my left, stepping up with my right, and then twisting for the cork. I went for it anyway, and it paid off. So the first one I did, I think I did slam, but it was actually kind of comfortable. Not the fall, but the feeling of the movement. Because when I kicked off the wall, I did feel a little bit of lift. And I also felt like it was a lot easier to spin. Probably down to the fact that it's pretty much just a corkscrew, but tapping the wall. After a couple tries of this technique, I was actually able to do it really well. Like I was able to land and get a bit of a swing leg through. Maybe I'll be able to swing it in the future. And I was actually really chuffed with myself because it had taken me maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to this point, and I was procrastinating a hell of a lot at the start. I wouldn't even let myself chuck it, and I had gone from landing it in 2 different ways. It might seem silly that it took me that much to do a cork off the wall when I can already cork from standing, and you might think, oh, you know, just touch your foot off the wall, it's no biggie. But when you go to do it, it's so much different, because when you're doing it on the ground, you can literally just rely on that swing leg and go. Whereas when you're doing it to the wall, you got to get your distance from the wall right, and you've also got to get a sort of a different movement. It's more of like a scoop, I would describe it, or certainly when I do it, maybe that's not the correct way. And tapping it at the right moment to not kill your momentum, but almost give you like a boost. And like I said, in the end, I was pretty happy with it. I think it was pretty decent. It just goes to show how powerful not giving up can be. Obviously, not everything works out within a couple hours. For me, I wanted to share this video with you guys because this is not something I usually do, and I'm usually within my comfort zone, but this was the first time in a long time that I've had to push myself out of that comfort zone and really force myself to go through it. So hopefully there's a lesson in it, both for me and for you guys. If there's something that you have a mental block for, the best way is to just prep for it as much as you can and in as many ways as you need to. As you saw, I prepped it one way and then realized I was like, no, I'm literally too scared. So I went back and changed how I was initially doing it. And then at the very end, I could come back and do it. Sometimes it's nothing to do with your physical abilities. You can already do it, but it's more so you have to make it right in your head. And I say that to a lot of people when I'm teaching tricking. If you're scared about something, the best way to be able to do it and to let yourself do it is to fix it in here, because you have to understand the process of a trick or a move before you can even attempt it. If you don't really understand, you're just chucking and you're probably just gonna slam and slam and slam. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the insight into my training and see me learn a new move and just know that it's not always easy. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Why not drop a comment as well? I'll reply to as many as I possibly can. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, let me know what you guys think about this sort of a video. Although it's not the kind of usual tricking content, if you enjoy these type of videos with that little bit extra insight, let me know.